Hey, what's happening all? It is Tuesday the 13th, and I'm getting a little bit of a later run at this today because I decided to take Tori, who is part of our team, out to breakfast. So I've been taking a member of my family out to breakfast once a week, trying to keep the family, not just the unit itself up, but my specific relationship with each one of my kids, because they're moving on. Life is, they're starting their lives going different directions, and it's kind of hard to nail each other down. You want to hang out with them, but they're busy with their life. They want to hang out with you, but you're busy with your life. So it's getting real tough. So I'd advise everybody, if you have the opportunity, set a time, set something to regularly interact with somebody in your family and keep those relationships strong. So I've always said, the ability for a person to, well, I haven't always said this, I have heard it. And now I'm saying it a lot, is the ability for a person to succeed has a lot to do with how they are able to coordinate action with others. You can't coordinate action with other people if you don't have a relationship with them. So develop the relationship, strengthen the relationship, maintain the relationship, something you got to do. Sometimes you have to adapt how you do those things to ensure that you're meeting not only the need that you have, but the need the other person has. It can't always be about you. So that's why I was out this morning and just now getting at this stuff for 10 o'clock. I'm typically recording at about 7 a.m. or 7:30, but it gave me the opportunity to get some more information about the market. So let me share some stuff with you. So we had a bond coupon rollover last night, which does have a negative impact. As you can see, this is the 4.0. You're going to see I don't show this very often. This is one I usually like to look at. And you can see it's been pretty sideways, a lot of trading in there, a lot of wild swings. But if you look at today, look right there at today's candle, you can see it dipped way below and then came back and then went back to more of a neutral position. So it actually opened up high and dropped really, really heavy and came back. It's still kind of low, but it did have some wide swings in it. And why is that the case? Well, we did have a coupon rollover, which affects about 17 basis points in this. So 17 points here, there would be some of that negative movement. So 17 points in that because of a coupon rollover. What it does, it happens every month because mortgage bonds are finite. They have an end term, such as 30 years. At that time, they have an end term, whatever's not used rolls over, right? So therefore, each month we have a 30-year period begins, another 30-year period. And this extension is reflected in an adjusted rollover price. And it doesn't affect our actual rates, but you're going to see it affected on the chart. And so we have to look at that and understand that that's there, and it shouldn't have a major negative impact. But we did have negative impact this morning just because they did published the CPI, the Consumer Price Index. We talk about that with inflation all the time. Another hot reading. It's up to 5.4%. Last time we talked, it's in the fours. Now it's 5.4. Again, the hottest we've seen in over 13 years. You get back into the real rate of inflation, where we're at. Again, we're in double digits. We're getting deeper into the double digits now as a result of that, which is really interesting that we didn't see that affect the bonds a lot. We did see some effect in the stock market, but not as much as we saw. I mean, we didn't see hardly any movement in the bonds when you consider this coupon rollover. So I find that to be rather interesting. Another interesting thing to look at, rents rose 0.2% in June. That right there is a significant amount of change, right? So that 0.2% showing rents continue to go up. You as investors need to be looking at that, because that is a benefit to you when you start seeing rents go up when you're holding on to property like that. So the other thing that we find interesting, people keep asking about the housing market and what's going to happen there. Well, according to a new report from National Association of Realtors, construction of long-term housing fell 5.5 million units over historical levels, right, over the past 30 years. So that means that if they continue to add 2 million units per year, if it built up to that point, we would still be behind on the demand. So think about that. Consider whether or not that is how that's going to affect your decision, whether or not get into investment purchases, and whether or not the housing market's going to be affected in a way that you feel like you maybe don't want to proceed with. So give those things some thought as you're making decisions in your business. Reach out to us, schedule some time to talk. We'll go over this information to the best of our ability and help you come to the decision you feel is best for you and your business. And I will talk to you again on Friday.